it's me, Chesty Handlerberg. You caught me giving myself a mammogram. All good, you two.
Wait, pause it for 1 second. I'm sorry.
Breasts,
I'm going to do this. Is she funny to you? I watched I don't know, 100 videos yesterday. Is she supposed to be a comedian? I don't find her funny. And I'm not saying that because she's a leftist. I find, Melissa McCarthy hysterical. There are people who are on the left who are funny. This is not a political statement. She is not funny. The stuff is just it's very, very dumb, silly, juvenile. I've never laughed at anything she said. Is it me? Just curious. Okay, keep going.
Not that that has anything to do with this. It is time to explore vasectomies. Since the beginning of time, women have been ducking and diving and dodging pregnancy face first or Pikachu first. And frankly, they're exhausted. We've had to listen to men say things like,
but using a condom doesn't feel so good, or can't you just take birth control, or you've got to pull out.
Enough, you horny little pigs in blankets. Do you know how painful it is to get an IUD placed? It feels like a mousetrap in your uterus. And sometimes those things don't even catch all the mice. And birth control? You think I want to be an adult woman with acne? Or have mood swings? Or get a period so heavy it feels like the Hoover Dam just broke? I don't. Everybody already hates women enough. I don't need my insides to join in on the fun. Women are tired of making concessions for men, especially in the bedroom. We have already been through enough letting you wear socks while you penetrate us. So man up, men. And if you can't do that, enjoy the company of your hand. Vasectomies. One snip and that's it.
I mean, I, for one, cannot imagine why she's still single. She's such a catch, right? Am I right? Don't you just, guys, aren't you just willing, just dying to dive into that? First of all, I didn't need to see her in bed with no top on. That's not something that I needed to digest for the day. I don't know about you. I could have done without that imagery. Wasn't funny, wasn't necessary, made no sense. I don't know why she needed to be naked in the bed. Maybe she wanted to be. Maybe she was looking for a date. I don't know. I love this video because it's zero personal responsibility and zero accountability for women. And I love that she wants to blame men for all of these things. Oh, guys, you should get a vasectomy. When I would like to ask her, no one is making you have casual sex, honey. If you decide that you want to have casual sex and you decide that you want to do it X, Y, and Z way, then it's on you, right? You know that any time you have sex, anytime, no matter what you're using, I don't care if it's an IUD, I don't care if it's birth control pills, I don't care if it's condoms, I don't care what form of contraception you're using, there is a risk of pregnancy. So if you want to remove that risk, doll, don't have casual sex. Don't have sex with anyone where you're not willing to have a baby. How about that? I know, it's so antiquated. It's so unbelievably moral. That's right. Personal responsibility, honey, it's a thing, or at least it should be. So this nonsense of, well, men, we're making concessions for men. Why? Why do you, if a guy says to you those things that you cite, like, oh, just take some birth control, or, oh, I want to pull out, or whatever it is, or, oh, do you have to sleep with them? Do you have to? No, you want to, right? So it's your fault if you engage in a situation with a guy who tells you to do those things and then you do them and you engage. That's on you. Are you a grown woman or are you a little baby? If you want to be treated like a grown woman and you want equality, and you want, well, you know what? I'm my own independent decision maker and I am, the owner of my own fate and destiny and I am a fully capable 100% autonomous woman, then you should be able to make a decision to not entangle yourself with guys like that and maybe just don't sleep with guys who talk to you like that. There's an idea. Maybe don't sleep with guys where you don't want to run the risk of getting pregnant. Why do you have to be sleeping with everybody? Why? You know why? Because they need it to be fickle. They need no consequences. Because again, it's a society now that promotes this no consequence promiscuity. They want no consequence. They want it to be like, oh yeah, you could just get an abortion. Oh yeah, you could just put it on the guys. Yeah, so I can have more meaningless sex. So I can, learn how to pair bond less, right? I can forget what that means. So I can be soulless. So I can just be a body, right? So I can be some symbol of female empowerment that has completely disconnected sex from emotion. I can be a badge of modern feminism. Yeah, you know what you'll also probably be? Drunk and alone at 7 o'clock in the morning, crying yourself to sleep at night, and then wiping those tears dry, pretending you're happy and making some stupid TikTok video for us. That's what you're doing. Don't lie. Don't lie. It's written all over your face. It's written, the misery is written all over your face. You don't look happy. You don't. And, by the way, just so you know, I'm 44. I'm 44. I'm saying this for a reason. I'm 44. Just look at my face. Okay? Just look at it. I don't do Botox. I don't do fillers. I don't do anything. I don't do any of that stuff. You all know I don't believe it. Just look at it. Does it have lines? Does it have, I don't look 20. She's 48. She has 4 years on me. She has had a hard life. There's been a lot of drinking. There's been a lot of stuff going on there that she advertises to the public. And you know what? Misery shows up on your face. This is a woman who has made bad choices and is now starting to justify them. And she wants other women, instead of telling other women, don't do this. Don't do it like I did it. Do it differently. Do it differently. I would do it differently. That's what an honorable person would be saying. She's not. She wants them. Misery loves company. She wants them to be miserable too. She wants them walking down that dark alley alone, promiscuity, birth control, all this stuff, drinking, wearing it on their face. You know it. You can read that type of person from a mile away. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the blame. Yeah, guys need to get vasectomies because you can't just decide not to have casual sex if you don't want to have a baby. First of all, also, can we just talk about, she's 40, you said 48, right?
Yeah.
She's that worried about getting pregnant left and right? Really, I'm curious. I mean, I'm not saying you can't get pregnant at 48, by the way. You can. We have a friend who's pregnant right now. I think she's 48. It can happen. It happens. But is that really at 48? You're still out there behaving in such a way that having so much casual sex and thinking about that? This is a woman who's also never grown up. That's something you're thinking about. If you're a woman and you're promiscuous, which you shouldn't be, it serves you no purpose to follow that path. But let's say you do it and you're 22 and you're worried about getting pregnant. Okay, I can get on board with at least where your head is. 48 years old and you're making videos like this about how your men should get vasectomies because women, they want to have casual sex in peace. Honey, it's so sad that I almost can't even be as nasty as I need to be because it's so sad. And the only reason, by the way, I'm being nasty is because you are setting an example for young women and you're making them think that this is the way. And that's deeply irresponsible, by the way, and a little evil. Because there's going to be a lot of young women that look up to you and they follow that path and they're going to be awfully angry at you when they follow your advice. And they're sitting at 48 with their bottle of wine at 7 o'clock in the morning, lonely. And what are they going to be doing? Making TikTok videos while their friends are sitting around with their beautiful families, looking, glowing with happiness and not, red-faced and puffy from too much wine that morning. I'm just saying. You don't want kids? Don't have casual sex. Ladies, stop blaming guys for stuff that you have control over in your own life. You want equality? Start acting like you want equality. You want to be treated like an adult? Act like one. I'm tired of this nonsense. All right. Do we have more in the chat?
Yeah. I have another one coming in too.
I'm going to take that. Robert Dro gave $5, said, I thought she didn't need a man. Why doesn't she just use her machine? Well, that's true too, right? Oh, what a fantastic point. She said, I don't need a man, this, that, and the other thing. You showed us the vibrator, right? You showed it to us. We all saw it in one of your videos. Oh, yeah, you had it with the bottle of wine. Imagine 48 years old holding, that and a bottle of wine, and you're thinking you did something right. Honey, I mean, it's beyond help. I know Hollywood loves it because they're sinister and dark, and they like wreckage, right? And they're miserable, so misery loves company, as I said. But yeah, if you don't need a man, well, why are you worried about vasectomies and casual sex? If you don't need a man at all, why are you engaging at all? Good point. Thanks, Rob. Just Jerry podcast. She read Rolo's tweet. That's true, Rolo. Okay. I didn't get into that. You know why I didn't get into that? We have Rolo coming on. I'll ask him about it when he comes on. It's better to have him on to discuss that. By the way, let me just weigh in here. Vasectomies, terrible idea across the board. Guys, don't do it. And I'm coming at it not just from the perspective of, the mutilation perspective, but also it's not always reversible. And secondarily, we should have a doctor on to talk about this. It doesn't do good stuff to you hormonal. There's health side effects there as well that traditional doctors don't talk about. Of course not, right? Because then, look, more destruction of the men. Yeah, that's the front lines of defense. Let's get them down. More vasectomies, everyone. That's the answer. No. Rick Bourne gave $10. Chelsea, if you can't set a good example given your life choices, then serve as a warning. Own it. Pornography and profanity are all poor substitutes for talent. Well, that's exactly right. Like, listen, noble people make mistakes, right? We all do. I certainly have made my share of mistakes. I tell you all the time, I went to graduate school. What a waste. Liberal arts graduate school. If you're doing that, I don't know how to tell you. It just waste of your money, your time, your essence, all of it. People make mistakes, but like noble people look back at their life and they want to prevent other people from making those mistakes. Like I always tell you, yes, I got very lucky with this incredible man that I'm married to, who I love more than life itself, and this incredible child. I got very lucky, but I might not have gotten very lucky because I did delay, and I would encourage women not to do that. I would encourage you not to do that. So you got to be able to look at your life, and you're supposed to help other people benefit. Not if you're miserable though, and I'm saying this, I'm happy, right? I'm saying this because I do this show because I want the world to get better. Like I want to put stuff out there that's going to make people stop this downward spiral of promiscuity and emotionless sex and politics that takes over your freedom and authoritarianism. That's why I'm here, to fight those things. I want the world to be better and brighter and happier, and I want you to have autonomy over your own life, and I want you to be on a path that's positive and uplifting. But not everybody does. Not everybody does. So you got to just understand some people are miserable and they want you there too. And they're mad if you're happy. You ever have that friend? Tell me the truth. Do you have that friend? Ladies in particular, you've had a friend and you're happy. You're in a great relationship. You're getting along. Everything's going great. And she doesn't like it because you used to be her going out buddy. And you used to be out at the club with her and you used to both be single and you were in the scene, and now she's alone. And you got your man, and she's got to try to wreck that relationship for you. You know it. She's got to get in there, and she's got to, oh, well, did he do that? Well, he could have done this. She starts planting the seed. You know that person. There are miserable people out there that do not have your best interest at heart. You need to learn how to detect them. Detect them and remove them. Cut them out. Otherwise, they'll just grow into your roots, and you'll take all that nasty energy with you. Cut them out. I mean it. If you like the short clip and want to watch the full episode, click here. And if you want to connect with me one-on-one on Connect, you're going to click right here. Let's get to talking.